Hey guys, it's Sarah here. I am gonna have us do just a short, probably about 20 to 30 minute BOSU video workout today. I know a lot of you have a BOSU and have asked if I would do this, so we'll do a lot of fun things with the BOSU. And if you have any questions, just let us know, and hopefully we will be back in the studio soon, starting off with some privates and duets and smaller classes. But we'll keep you updated on that. So let's get started. So I'm gonna have you sit on your bottom right in front of the BOSU. So your sacrum is up against it, but your bottom is actually on the floor. We're just gonna warm up, arms straight forward, shoulders down your back. Inhale to roll back. Let the arms go, circle them out to the sides. This should feel really good through the pectoralis. Head nod, engage the abdominals, and slowly rolling up. We're gonna do that a few more times. Just getting a little extension through the spine, some mobility through the shoulder girdle. One more in this direction, warming up those abs. And then we're just gonna reverse that circle. So rolling back. If you want to hang back here for a minute, just because it feels good, you can. Head nod, articulating through the vertebrae as you come up. And then just warming up those hips a little bit. Stretch forward here. If you don't have a BOSU, you may not even be watching this, but if you don't have a BOSU, you can do some of this with just a ball for some of the ab work that we're about to do. So go ahead, bring the knees bent again, feet flat. We're gonna start with the arms forward, and then if you wanna challenge yourself more, I'm gonna show you some options of what we can do. But we're gonna start just inhale back here and exhale. I want you to keep the lumbar spine, that low back on, so we're not gonna come all the way up each time. So let's keep moving. Keeping the shoulders stabilized, cervical spine, neck in a nice position. We don't wanna tuck. We don't wanna use the head to come up. And we don't wanna use the arms, okay? So keeping it, just think of it flexing at the belly button. That midline of your body as if you're right down the center. Let's do a few more. All right, we're gonna lift the right knee to tabletop. Inhale back, exhale up here. So just getting the obliques involved a little bit, making sure that even though a leg is lifted, there's no rotation in the upper body or any shifting side to side. Let's do 5 more. Set that foot down, switching legs. We'll do 10. Inhale back, exhale up. One more. I may not have counted that right at all. We're gonna go ahead and take hands behind your ears now. You're gonna inhale back, exhale up here. So this is gonna be more of your upper abdominals. We're just doing little mini guys. So think of just lifting scapula off slightly, right around that bra line. Not coming much higher. If that's too intense, you can take the arms forward. You can cross them on your chest or just keep them back behind your ears. Watch those elbows aren't coming forward though, so trying to stay open. Feel like the string's pulling up on your sternum each time you come up. Two more. And then stretch back over. Stretching those abdominals out. You can reach your arms back. Let your ribs flare slightly. And slowly circle them around to the sides. Adding a little bit more rotation next. Okay, so adding that rotation, we're gonna take hands behind your ears again. Let's start with the right knee lifted at tabletop. We're gonna inhale back, exhale, come up and rotate. Inhale. Four more. If this bothers your back or is too intense, remember you can take those arms forward. Let's do one more. Go ahead, switching to the other side. Left knee at tabletop, hands behind your ears. Inhale back, exhale up. Two more. And stretch over again. Okay, slowly rolling up. We are gonna scoot your bottom up onto the Bosu a little bit. So you really just have about a couple inches of blue, you're almost at the very bottom of that Bosu. If you get too high up, this isn't gonna work great. So make sure you're really low down. Arms forward, we're gonna inhale, really tuck, scoop the low belly out, dialing those deep transverse abdominals, take it back to about here, and coming up and down. When we get up on the Bosu, some people, if you have low back problems, weaker abdominals, which is okay, this starts to get a little too intense. So if it does, try to scoot down a little bit lower on your Bosu, or take it back down to the floor, okay? So modify as you need. Do two more here. And then just gently stretch over. We are gonna go into the 100 next. So this is gonna be different than our normal 100. We're not gonna have our legs lifted. So we're gonna keep the feet flat. And this is actually pretty intense if you do it correctly. We're gonna roll back, try not to let your body collapse too far back, and also don't have it lifted too high up because you're not gonna feel anything here. So we're gonna start, inhale to prepare, exhale, low back is down, inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale 2, 4, 5. Shoulders stabilize. Inhale. On that exhale, think of pulling that belly in even more. Inhale. 50, inhale. 60. 70. 1. 100. Stretch over. You can take those legs straight down. If this is uncomfortable, just stretch forward. Some people get a little lightheaded coming back behind, but this should feel really good on the spine and on those abdominals after engaging them so much. Go ahead as you're ready, slowly roll back up. We're gonna add a little rotation here. So still about in that same position. We're gonna take the arms forward. We're gonna sweep that right arm back as you exhale. So we'll inhale to prepare, exhale. Inhale up, other side. Three more on each side. Making sure those abs are pulling you up and you're not compensating with the arms or momentum. One more on each side. And then I want you to take it back, hold it here, and we're gonna pulse for 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming up, other side. Take it back and pulse. 8. 3 more. 3, 2, 1. And coming up, stretching over. Roll up. We are going to scoot up a little bit higher on the Bosu, not quite on the apex, so not right in the center. You still want to be down just a couple inches. And again, you can adjust as needed. We're going to take the arms back. What I want you to watch for are these shoulders getting jacked up in your ears, okay? So remember to keep them down. So if you need to take your arms wider for that, you can. It depends on your shoulder flexibility. Go ahead and go into that gentle tuck. Keep that scoop. Lift the right knee to tabletop, bring the left one and meet it. Watch that this doesn't happen, okay? So we want to keep it out of the back. If you need to take your hands wider, you can. We're going to take the right leg out and lower and lift. Yeah. Really try to focus on the abs and not gripping through the thighs or hip flexors. 1 more, other side. Bend the knees in, set one foot down and then the other. Relax for a second. Landscapers outside of the studio are looking at me. I think they think I'm just talking to myself and working out and losing my mind in here. They keep looking in here like I'm crazy. All right, knees back to tabletop. Lower and lift. If you can't touch the floor, that's okay. Just go as low as you can. Do a couple more. Why not? All right, from here, we're gonna bring those arms forward and we're gonna balance. And it's gonna be a little shaky and that's okay. Keep holding it. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh. All right, good job. We're gonna scoot the Bosu back now. You're gonna use it basically like a pillow. Still doing ab work. So head's gonna rest on the bottom of it. You don't wanna be too high up, but you do want, kind of upper tract, right at the lower base of your neck on here. Not so high up that you're crunched. Take that lumbar spine and we're gonna put it in an imprint, watching that it doesn't arch off the floor. So imprint that low back, shoulders relaxed, right knee to tabletop, left knee to tabletop. We're gonna start with just single leg toe taps. The further away you tap, the more it's gonna challenge the abs. So you wanna watch that rectus abdominis doesn't pooch out like a football, like I say, or coning. So if that's happening, bring that leg in a little bit closer. I don't take my legs too far out. I already have a little lordosis in my low back, which means a little extra extension. So just remember to listen to your body and do what you need. I also had a little abdominal separation with my second pregnancy, so if I take it too far, I strain through there with the diastasis. So if you're pregnant, postnatal, just make sure you're listening to your body, not pushing it. 1 more on each side. Okay, take the right leg straight up. We're gonna lower and lift. Really pulling that belly in, keeping the low back pressed down, keeping the integrity through the lumbopelvic region. Do 2 more. Bend that knee, switching the sides. Inhale down, exhale up. One more. Pull those knees in, gently rocking side to side here. Last one here, what we did up on top of the Bosu, lowering both legs down as low as you can and back up. Let's do 5 more. And then pull the knees in and rocking side to side. Okay, we'll give your abs a rest. We're gonna go into some hamstring work. This is fun. You can actually do this with the Bosu either direction. We're gonna flip it over today, so the flat side will be up, but you can also do a whole bridging series on top of this part as well. But this gives us the option to rock with it as we go. Okay, so knees bent, feet flat, arms down by your sides. We're gonna start with the feet about sits bone distance apart. So that's not as wide as your hips, okay? It's right in that bony area. Your ischial tuberosity is up through your femurs. So we're gonna gently tuck your tail and slowly peel that spine up one vertebrae at a time. Start with the upper thoracic, articulating through the vertebrae, all the way back down. We're gonna do that a few more times. Stay up here and you're gonna rock forward and back. I highly suggest keeping up with your bridging because the last several clients I've worked with this week privately have not been doing a lot, and they all cramped horribly in their hamstrings doing bridge series that used to be so easy for them to the point, I mean, they really cramp bad. So make sure you're bridging and keeping those hamstrings active. Let's rock one more time, stay here, and then melting back down. We're gonna take toes apart, heels together, bridging up slowly, and back down. 2 more there. Squeezing through the bottom, and you can probably hear all the landscapers out there making a lot of noise, so I apologize. Rock forward and back here, getting into those glutes. And then melting back down. Turn the feet back to parallel. Keep the left foot on, take the right leg up, bridge up here, and I want you to just pulse the hips up and down here this time. Roll back down, switching to the other side. Bridging up and pulsing here. And lowering that down. Take this leg, pull it back toward you, and stretching here. Pull it to the right slightly. I'm realizing I'm going to have to pause and re-film the rest of this when these guys leave, because I don't know how loud it is to you guys, but it's really loud and obnoxious outside. Back to center and switching legs. If you can't grab your leg or your foot, you can always grab here. If you have a towel or a band, you can wrap it around. Pull it over to the left a little bit. And then back over to the right. Over with, I think. So moving on, we are going to go into some fun planking stuff with the Bosu. Hand position is up to you. I tend to like to have my hands flat about underneath my shoulders. Some people like to take their hands on the outside, depending on wrist issues. Totally up to you, whatever's comfortable. Also, you don't have to go into a full plank. If you want to do this on your knees, you can. It's up to you. So you find what works best for your body. We're going to lift up here. We're going to start, you just rock side to side, and your body can go with you a little bit. So shoulders are working. Abdominals, obviously. If you're feeling it in your back, try to lift your bottom up a little bit higher or tuck your tail slightly. We want to watch that we don't get too low. So keep rocking side to side. And then come back to center, and you're just gonna bend one knee, straighten, bend, straighten. Hold it here, and we're gonna rock the hips side to side now. You can kind of move your feet with you as you go through this. One more on each side. Back to center. Hold it here if you can, and we're gonna bend the knees, shift the weight back and forward. Back, forward. Let's do a couple more. And you can drop the knees, and we'll shift back, arms forward. Rolling back up. We're gonna lift back up into that plank. We're gonna go into push-ups here. Do not judge my push-ups, they're not good. You have a couple options. You can either start up here, you can also do this on your knees and bring your hips forward. So lifting up, we're just gonna do 5 push-ups, break 5 more. So just taking it down and up. Hold it, couple deep breaths here, and we'll do 5 more. Your hands are sliding, mine are sliding a little bit. You can readjust. Here we go. Drop the knees, sit back. I hate push-ups, so I don't do them often, but I need to. So we all have to do the things we don't like to do sometimes. Okay, so we're gonna turn around. We're gonna do another planking series here. So this time we're gonna put your feet up on the Bosu. Hands are gonna come here, nice and careful. Try to bring those feet about in the center. You can take them a little bit wider. And from here, we're just gonna kind of let your body rock and shift side to side. So it's not a big movement. Then we're gonna lift our bottom up just slightly and take it back down. Up and down. One more. And carefully step the feet down and relax. By feet, I meant knees. Okay, flip it over. One more planking one here. I'm gonna let you guys come down to your forearms for this one if your wrists are bothering you. So coming down, we're gonna put your feet on top. We scoot it back. On top here. We're just gonna hold it. If it bothers your back, lift up a little bit higher. One more inhale and exhale. pull the knees underneath you, and reach those arms forward. Rolling up slowly. Feels good. Okay, we're gonna lay on the Bosu now. So you want your pelvis to be about on the apex here, coming about right there. Actually, take it down just a little bit, depending on how long your torso is. Feet are gonna be flexed, so your toes are curled underneath you. Hands down here. And we're gonna go into a little extension work. So inhale, lifting up, using your arms slightly, watching not to completely dump in the low back, okay? The belly still pulled up and lowering back down. Using the back extenders, but also thinking of using those triceps a little bit. Why not? So a little pressure in the palm of your hand. Do 2 more. Good. From here, I'm gonna have you scoot forward a little bit more. Bring the hands in a little bit more. And again, weight is just right on your belly. There's not a lot of weight on my feet here, you can see. I'm gonna focus on gluing those elbows in by my sides and doing tricep push-ups here. So you're supported by the Bosu. And really, you can even lift your legs up. And you take it into a little bit of a swan dive here. Elbows stay in though, so you're working those triceps. Set the feet down, lift up, and shift that weight back. Walk the feet underneath you slightly. And then walking those hands back. Grab opposite elbows and just gently ragdoll side to side here. And slowly rolling up. One vertebrae at a time, roll those shoulders back. Okay, we're gonna do a little bit of balancing on here. I think my head's gonna be cut out of the frame, but that's okay, because you know what? I don't want you to look at me talking anyway, so it's even better. Okay, so we're gonna stand up on the Bosu. I'll face you guys. Feet are gonna be about 6 distance apart here, and we're gonna start just kind of rocking forward and back. So doing a little bit of calf work. And then stay lifted. Ah! That might happen. Try to stay lifted and balancing here. And if you like fall down, that's okay. We're not really on a stable surface. Just don't roll your ankle. This is kind of embarrassing. I'm doing horrible at this. Ah! There we go. 3, 2, 1. All right. Bring that left foot to the middle. Look at me, guys, I'm all shaky. Okay, left foot in the middle. Take that right foot, and then when you're ready, you can take your arms out. You can do whatever you want here. We're gonna try to lift that foot up. I'm gonna do this. I usually watch myself in the mirror, and that helps me to balance. Look how bad I'm doing. Oh. Can you tell that we're all just losing it mentally slightly? I mean, I'm losing it physically right now, but. Amanda and I were talking about how our videos started off so serious and now we just start talking about anything during them. Goodness. I am never this bad. Let me see if I face the mirror, if I'm any better. There we go. Maybe. I'm gonna blame it on this Bosu like my clients do. It's running out of air. It's making it harder. Okay, ta-da. All right, let's do one more here. Climb up, both feet on. And we're just gonna take it into squats here. So as you take it down, you reach those arms forward and coming back up. Let's do one more, and we're gonna hold it down here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.5, 1. Good. All right. Step off. Go ahead. Give yourself a pat on the back. That is just going to be it for today. With the Bosu, there are so many things you can do with it. It's very versatile. And if you don't have one and you happen to watch this video, you can do a lot of these things without the Bosu. But thanks for joining me and have a wonderful day.